That's the fuck. Well, does height really matter when you guys are dating?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I mean, for a short, I feel like when I'm going outside at nighttime and I'm going out and I'm wearing heels, my guy has to be taller than me.
Can I tell you guys something now?
No.
They have this level, like men that are not tall. They're extremely masculine and they're very manly and they not
because they lack in height.
It doesn't, okay, and these big men lack in money. They lack in discipline and intelligence.
Not all of them.
I'm lying. Okay, I lied. I was just joking.
Not all of them.
I didn't say
But let me tell you something. For example, I was on a podcast with a guy.
Trader.
You guys know who I'm talking about. The guy with the braids that he was like, I'm a high value man.
Yes.
Huh? No, Fugazi. I went to his podcast and then this other lady chewed him up because she was just like, dude, yes, you're tall.
I watch that clip every single time I come across it.
And for some reason, they just always got their shit together. Like, they always, like, they're very,
they got something to prove.
Very confident, very masculine, very, they just provide, they give you that safe space. And it's just like, yeah, I
think that the tall men probably feel very safe.
Or they feel like they just
knowing that they can get women just because of their height.
And here we are talking about it.
They know that they're going to be looked at by women because they're as tall as they are.
I just want to say, guys, don't count out the short men.
Ben announced
I know what clip you're talking about. Basically, it was Cooley. Basically, he went. He's got his own podcast, but he was on another podcast, and they were sitting talking about, what women want in men. And he said, "I know I'm top 1% because I'm 6. I think he said he's 6'4". I make well over 100K." And he said some other stuff, and the woman was like, "No, I would never pick you." Yada yada yada. And the like. And that's, I mean, statistically, from what we see on dating apps, when they say vast majority of the women filter out for 6-foot men, he's not lying. He would have fallen into that category. So I'm filtering out all of the other men to find this guy. It's only when you run into the Chads and the Tyrones. And to be fair, you do have some Chads and Tyrones that are not 6 feet. Right? But these guys are moving and shaking, and they're making probably about 6 out of every 10 buckets that they put up, at least. At least these guys are elite scorers. They're efficient scorers. They're the Kevin Durant's of dating, and they have it where they need it. They always get to their spots. Always get to their spots and get that shot up, right? But he has a point. Most of these ladies out here are looking for a man that's over 6 feet, making over $100,000. And these women in interviews have said, when asked the question, would you date the ugly billionaire or would you date the average good-looking man? Man, he makes average money, average income, but he's a good-looking man. I think majority of them said the ugly billionaire. So, I mean, not lying.
You know, people say that your dentist can tell if you've recently because, like, they can tell from your soft palate. Well, let me tell you, one time a few years ago, I went to the dentist, and they said to me, you know, you have an injury on your soft palate. Do you know how that happened? And in the moment, like, I mean, I'm a grown-ass adult. You know, I was probably 27 years old. Grown-ass adult, right? But I froze. I was like, I have no idea. You know, I did throw up a few days ago. Could that have done it? And they were like, honestly, no, that couldn't have done it. And I was like, oh, well, I ate some, like, bread that was kind of stale. Like, maybe that. And they were like, no, you know what? We're going to have to book you a follow-up appointment in a couple weeks for you to come back to make sure that there's nothing concerning going on. And you know what I did? I, in fact, booked the follow-up appointment and came back a few weeks later just so I wouldn't have to admit to a dentist that I, in fact, had bruising on my soft palate from a dick.
A woman in the comments said, my mother is a dental hygienist, and she has absolutely confirmed this. She has also once found a blank hair in someone's teeth and slipped and accidentally asked what they had, or no, it was who. It was who. It was who. It was who they had for lunch. Listen, ma'am, you better just clean my teeth, and while you're at it, clean my throat, and we gonna be on. Listen. So I want to put that in there for this conversation because most people in life will not be the top tier. That's just a fact. And if you're not, don't cry about it. Ask God, what are my other qualities to compensate? Like, I'm 5'8". Not once did I cry about it. Because I don't care. But if I did care, I would have to try to do something else that would compensate. Like maybe get some money. Or whatever else men do to, you know what I'm saying? Get a car. Get a big house. For the women that aren't the acquired taste for men, like the same thing for men with the height, women is weight. If you do not have the ideal stereotypical look, then you need to either admit that to yourself or do something about it, compensate in other ways. Like, I'm grateful to God that God gave me a gift. I never had to worry about comparing myself because I have a gift, which is enough for me. I'm creative. So, and also I was naturally confident in my life. So I never really cared to, you can acknowledge people that have other qualities that you never will have. But it doesn't mean that it diminishes your own qualities. You just have to find out what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? There was a player named Muggsy Buggs in the basketball, and he was small. And he was dunking because he was confident in what he could do. Jordan, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, Scottie Pippen. These are all basketball players. But if you're confident, you know what you can do, you know your position, and you go forward. Don't judge yourself. Love yourself for what God gave you and max out on that. Enjoy yourself. Talk to you soon.